Everybody, welcome back to Distance Learning Week 4 with Mr. Muller 7th grade science class. So we're just going to go over a few quick things. Going to be a very short video for today. This is April 20th, and it's a Monday. So that means we will be doing Mystery Doug. So if you want to, you can watch this Mystery Doug, Mystery Science video, How Old is the Earth? So watch that. The assignment for today, however, is this microorganism graphic organizer. Okay, it's a 2-day assignment. So you're going to fill out the graphic organizer on the 4 major microorganisms. Use your textbook or Google or any material that I've given you or that you can use to fill this out. And then you're going to turn in when you're done. Again, this is a Google Doc, so you have to turn in. I made a copy for every student, so you have to turn in the upper right-hand corner. So let's take a look at this real quick. So again, this 2-day assignment is going to lead into the test on Wednesday. It's a long test. It's about 26 or 28 points. So this graphic organizer is really going to help study for that. Okay. And you've already filled out a lot of this information, but I need you to put it all together in one document. You're going to get graded on it, but also more importantly, it's going to be a nice document to put everything together for you to study from. So here's the explanation. Characteristics. So give me the basic characteristics of viruses, bacteria, fungus, and protists. And what I mean by that is, are they heterotrophic or autotrophic? How do they reproduce? Are they multicellular or unicellular? Do they move to get their food? Or can they sit still and get their food? Okay. Roles in nature. They're in every part of the chapter. So what are the important roles for viruses? What are the important roles for bacteria? We talked a lot about the roles for fungus. There's a bunch of them in the book. Roles for protists. Okay. Talk about some important information. This doesn't have to be too much, but what are some important things about viruses that you didn't cover in characteristics and roles? Okay. What are some important things about all those other ones? And then just give me a diagram, a picture, uploaded off the internet of a basic, looking virus, bacteria, fungus, and protist, right? And I know these things are very diverse, especially protists, but you can just pick one type of protist and do that. But again, these are all in your textbooks. It's going to be a really great way to study for the test. So, fill out these boxes and you'll be good for the 2 days and you'll be ready to study for the test on Wednesday. I also put the microorganism notes up here from the PowerPoint. Okay, so if you ever want to go through that, you can. So if you start scrolling down, you can start to see where it starts. Here's viruses again, and they talk about characteristics of virus. Use this to fill out your thing. Okay, so like right away for characteristics of virus, let's say non-living, host and a parasite, have a protein coat, they cannot produce on their own. Okay, very simple. They're not autotrophic or heterotrophic because they're not alive. Okay, here's why they're non-living. Okay, here's how they quote unquote reproduce. And then you talk, maybe during interesting things for viruses, you talk about the shapes here. They come in different shapes and sizes. For example, they come in, a bacteriophage or, a cylinder or a circle. Okay. Sorry if you can hear my son's kids' music on in the background. Okay. Interact with the living world. So we talk about what are their roles in nature. Okay. They can cause disease. If you cause a disease, that's still a role in nature. It's a negative role, but it's still a role in nature. So if a virus says, say, cause diseases in humans and plants, and they can also be used to treat and prevent illnesses. Okay. They can treat, obviously, you can use them to make vaccines, but you can also prevent other types of bacterial infections and fungal infections using viruses, because viruses can infect the bacteria as well. So we can use them to our advantage. Okay, talk about vaccines. Okay, and then you just upload a picture. Easy. Okay, and then now we talk about bacteria. Okay, Bacteria, they're a living thing. They're prokaryotes. Okay, one cell, no nucleus. They're unicellular. Okay, they are both auto and heterotrophic. Right. Some interesting things is they have a flagellum. They have a cell wall. Okay. They reproduce through conjugation and binary fission. So write that down. Again, autotrophs and heterotrophs, they get energy by making food or eating other things. They go through the process of cellular respiration. That's an interesting thing to write down in the interesting box. Okay, we talked about what are some characteristics. Well, reproduction, they do binary fission, which is make a copy, or they do conjugation where they can actually share some DNA. And we talked about that. Another really interesting is they form these endospores when they are out of resources. Okay, and they enclose the genetic material in some of the cytoplasm until they can get those resources back. Then they pop back to life. Sometimes they can live for thousands of years like this. And then a picture, and then you're good. Of course, we talked about food production of bacteria, pasteurization. Food is heated and high enough to kill most harmful bacteria. That's a role in nature. Here we go. Roles in nature. Most bacteria keep your body healthy. Okay. You can make medicine. You can do environmental cleanup. They're great decomposers. Okay. They produce lots of oxygen for us on Earth. And there you go. Then we get to protists. There's three types: animal, plant, and fungus-like protists. They are eukaryotes. That's a characteristic. Okay. Other characteristics: most can move to get their food. They are protozoans, meaning they're all unicellular. Some of them are technically multicellular when they form these colonies, but you would just think of them mostly as, especially actually the animal-like protists are unicellular. So you could say uni and multicellular there. Okay, and then talk about some interesting things just about animals. Animal-like protists, they have pseudopods and cilia, and many of them can be parasites. Okay, these are the different animal-like protists. Then we get to plant-like protists. Okay, they're uni or multicellular, autotrophs. So again, protists can be auto or heterotroph. They can be uni or multicellular. They reproduce through spores or conjugation, and so they are very diverse. The most diverse microorganism group we have. Okay, so different stuff about them. Then we're going to move on to fungus. Okay, talked about fungus-like characteristics for a little bit there. Then we move into the last microorganism. We talk about fungus real quick. Characteristics of fungus: eukaryotes, meaning they have a nucleus to protect their DNA. They have cell walls like plants and some bacteria. They're heterotrophs like animals, right? They feed by absorbing food. They have to go get their food. They use spores to reproduce, like fungus-like protists. They need warm, wet places to grow. Okay, so there's some characteristics. Obtaining food. Here's another characteristic. They get it through hyphae. Okay. Reproduction through a fruiting body, through spores. Okay, that's interesting. And then a few other things about fungus, right? What are the roles of fungus? Lots of them. Okay, they can be a food source. You can use them to fight off bacteria. Okay. And, they're really, really, really good decomposers. Okay. So there you go for that. And then again, tomorrow scheduled microorganism, or not tomorrow, excuse me, Wednesday. You'll have 2 days to fill out this graphic organizer. Wednesday will be the test. Thursday, we're going to move on to plants. We're going to watch an Amoeba Sisters video, everybody's favorite. And we're going to move on to plants. So we're going to do plants for a week and a half or so. And then we're going to move on to animals for several weeks. And then we'll probably wrap up with the zoo stuff at the end of the year. There will be another extra credit opportunity this week. I'll post that when it comes, and I'll send the video out. It's going to be about bacteria, labs, and stuff like that. So that'll be out this week. But that's all I want to say right now. And thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you have any questions I'm available through Google Hangouts, Google Chats, emails. The best way I've been doing Google Hangouts with students recently, and it's been working pretty well. Google Chats also work very well. So if you guys need to get hold of me, just let me know. And you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you very much.